What's going on, guys? Stony Rob here, back for another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, because mine is going amazing like every other day. Who here in my subscriber list has ever smoked graba leaf? For those who don't know what graba is, Fronto, Fanta, whatever other name it has to describe this natural tobacco leaf, graba isn't chemically cured. It isn't like Juicy J blunts. It's either air or fire cured, then aged to perfection. You can use a thicker graba leaf for a wrapper. What that means is you can roll the weed inside the graba leaf, and you can roll them with thicker types of leaves. You can also buy a lighter leaf and mix it in with the weed. Graba increases the boldness and the volume of the bud. In my experience, you're more likely to cough like crazy when smoking this. Plus, you might feel a little sick because there's an insane amount of nicotine going to your system in a short period of time. So, the head rush that you acquire from graba is insane. So I don't recommend this to beginner stoners. In fact, I'd stay far away from it for a good while and start smoking blunts or backwoods to get acquainted with the nicotine mixed in with the weed. In fact, I'd tell you just to stay away from tobacco overall, but this video isn't about how tobacco is bad. So I'm gonna keep going. So get acquainted to smoking tobacco with weed so the high doesn't become too overwhelming in the beginning. Just to give you an idea how harsh graba is, well, the first time I smoked it was with one of my barbers. He rolled a thick graba leaf. Like, he didn't break the graba leaf down and mix it in with the tobacco. No, he rolled a whole graba leaf with weed. And each puff I took was like a punch to the chest. I was coughing left and right. Like, I was out of breath every single puff, like dead ass. The leaf burns so slow that by the time you arrive to the middle, you're already feeling the head rush kicking in. I sat down in the barber waiting for my cut, and when it was my turn, I got up and I felt like passing out. Like I said, the head rush is insane, so I would not recommend this to beginner stoners. But if you start off with this, trust me, you're gonna be a living legend for smoking weed, you know? There's honestly many ways to smoke graba. The most common one is to heat up the leaf until it's dry and break it down with the weed. Once broken down, you can mix it up with the weed and roll it up in a joint or blunt. One thing to note though is that you don't need to put too much graba in. If you put too much graba, it's gonna start sticking and the joint or the blunt won't puff, and I'm talking about experience. It happened to me so many times that I put a little bit too much graba, like just a little bit more than usual, and the thing stopped puffing because it was so rezzed up and there was so much like tar and shit like inside the blunt or the joint that it just stopped puffing automatically. The other way is to roll the weed in the leaf. This is actually fairly hard for beginners, but it resembles the same backwood technique. Like, I tried rolling it, and I'm gonna admit I'm very good at rolling backwoods, but when I tried to roll a graba leaf, it was very, very hard for me because it's less linear. It doesn't follow a shape nor a form. It's just you roll it like you usually roll a joint or a blunt, but you really have to stick it. The worst possible way to smoke it is in a bong. I completely hated that. I tried it in the bong and it just sucks. It's gonna hit you so hard in the chest, it's not gonna be even enjoyable to smoke. It's way too harsh on the lungs, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. It's like somebody that keeps on punching you in the chest. Like, it's just a bad way to smoke it, right? Now you might wonder, well, where do I buy graba leaf? Well, if you live in the United States, I highly doubt you're gonna have trouble finding it, because when I went to New York, almost like half of the damn like corner stores had some. But if you live in Canada like me, it's a little bit more difficult because of the tobacco laws, and you might sometimes find it in obscure head shops or like Caribbean shops on the low. But honestly, the safest way to buy some is on leafonly.com. I'm in no way sponsored by them, and I don't even care if I'm sponsored by them, but they have graba leaf, they have a lot of tobacco products, but you will get charged a heavy duty fee. But you'll have graba leaf to last a full year, so no stress about like buying every month because they give you a huge quantity of graba. I've ordered multiple times on this site and haven't had any issues. There's just like custom fees, and sometimes it takes like 3 to 4 weeks to arrive, but other than that, you're fairly safe. I also think they have like international shipping, which is nice if you live outside of North America. So you might be able to experience graba, but I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of graba leaf in Europe, Asia, or whatever. So I don't know. Check on leafonly.com and you might get some. When you buy graba, make sure the package they give you is sealed. When you open it, check the leaf if it's moist enough. You don't want a leaf that's already extremely dry. You want it to stretch and not break apart unless you apply heat to it. If your graba is already dry, it won't necessarily taste good and it's gonna expire pretty quick. So make sure you check for cracks and breakage, because like I'm telling you, you're supposed to be able to crumple it up in a ball without it even breaking. So yeah, that's what you need to check when you buy graba. And for those who want to keep their smoking as natural as possible, then don't smoke graba. But for those willing to go a little further, then graba is honestly something you should actually try out if you have the chance to do so. At the end of the day, you get high at the same level as any other way you get high. It's just different methods and different experiences. Some of them will give you a mellow buzz, some of them will give you an insane head rush in the beginning, and others is just a very smooth high. But at the end of the day, just stay lifted and enjoy your high, and don't do anything that you're not going to be happy about or is going to be unpleasant for you. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, drop a like and smash that subscribe button. This is Tony Rob. You guys know the drill. I'm out.